I believe what God did in this land 2,000 years ago, He started doing once again. And it started 40 years ago that Turkish people started come to Christ. And being a part of this, I think it's a very big privilege. My name is Ramazan Arkan, which means Ramadan. When I was born, my grandma gave me this name because I was born in a Muslim family and I grew up as a Muslim. My friend asked me to go to the church with him one day. I was very shocked at that moment because they were worshiping God with joyful heart, and man and woman and children in the same room, and they were praising the Lord and with their own language. And that was very interesting experience for me because I practiced Islam many years. And if you're a Muslim, you have to memorize a lot of prayers in Arabic language. But we don't know what is the meaning of that because we don't speak Arabic. We don't understand any word in Arabic. I went to church 2.5 years without believing Jesus Christ because I really liked the church people. And every week when I went to church, I learned something about Jesus from the sermons and from the studies, and I asked lots of questions, but nothing worked in my heart. And then government called me to do my military duty. And I was having a night duty with my gun. And then I started to remember many verses from the Bible that I learned from the church all those years. And first time in my life, I felt the presence of God near to me. I felt like Jesus' hand was on me. I understood that that was Jesus, and I bowed down and I started to cry and I repent my sins and I gave my life to Jesus. And after I gave my life to Jesus, everything changed in my life. I myself became a Christian in this church, trained by this church, and now I am pastoring this church. And also there is other guys that they all became a Christian in this church and they trained by this church. Now they are serving as a pastor or minister group leader in this church. I see that these days God is bringing a lot of people that coming to know Jesus. We see that our church is growing, and that's why God gave us vision that we should have our own building as a Turkish church. In 2005, I got that vision from God, and then I started to do fundraising for our own building. And many people in Europe and in America, they became a partner with us and they gave donation. And it took 11 years for me to finish this project. But in 2016, we finally finished this project. Rather than become just one church, we should multiply the church. And that's why after we finished our building in 2016, we divided our congregation into 2 different locations. And now we have 2 churches, one in the old city, one in here. And then after we separate the churches, our churches started to grow too. And then we embraced this vision from God that every time when our church grow up to 200 people, we will take some people from this church, some people from this church, and start another church in the different part of Antalya. That way, we believe that we can reach out more people and more area, and also we can start more churches. We want to reach out people for Christ and we want to share the gospel with them. And after they came to Christ, and we want to disciple them because we want to train them and send them. We don't want to just become a one big church. And when church grow, we want to multiply the churches around Antalya and Turkey that we can reach out more people that way. Jesus said, harvest is big, but there's few workers, and that's why we need more people that they can come and work with us and what God is doing in Turkey and support this vision. I see that God is doing amazing work, and I just want you to believe that what God is doing in Turkey, you are also part of this. And I believe that God will do once again what He did 2,000 years ago. But this time, instead of Paul and Barnabas, I believe that He's going to use us.